Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS, and today, finally, we're looking at the IK Multimedia X-Drive for some metal. But first, we're going to kick off with a premiere. This is the new track by Andy Goldsby and Auntie G. The House from 24. Boom. power couple of country and rock, Auntie G and Andy Goldsby with The House from 24, which is not released yet. So that is a premiere, folks. Sometimes you get premieres on this channel. Who knew? What an awesome song, hey? Can't wait for these two to release an EP or an album. I can definitely smell it on the cards. Can you rock? What the rock is cooking. Damn straight, Rocky. I can smell it. Good stuff. Hey, welcome to the show. This is How to App on iOS, where every day, well, almost every day, we take a look at cool apps, how to make music, video, all this kind of stuff, health and well-being, you name it, interviews with artists, and sometimes a live stream of music or two, and even some gaming maybe, even on the Twitch coming up. Did you know? Well, you maybe do if you follow the show. I know there's been a whole lot of new subscribers, so welcome to the channel if you're a new subscriber. There's many of you, so thank you for joining. We're getting closer to 2K, folks, which is pretty exciting, but we also have a Facebook group. There it is, right there. We all rise together over on the Facebook. You can join if you like, or you don't have to. Also, this is the YouTube channel. Maybe the button's not working. What's going on? There it is. YouTube.com/Jade Starr. Please like the video now or do it at the end. You can share it if you like, but also please subscribe. It helps and all that stuff. The show is telecast daily over on the Twitch at twitch.tv/howtoapp on iOS. Plus also in the browser at the website, which is howtoapponIOS.com. You can watch the show there every day. Plus we have a Patreon at patreon.com/Jade Starr. We do app giveaways and I master your music. And this year there'll be like seminars and stuff like that. So really exciting stuff. All right, let's say hello to folks and then we'll dive in and look at this sick-ass pedal, shall we? Hello to Sean Chandler, Dave Fox, Cy, effing good to see you. Andy Goldsby, who we just heard from. Ed B. Metal, good to see you. Thomas Christ, hello. Fantastic moderators. Give the moderators a round of applause, please. Cy and Thomas, they work their ass off putting links in. I thank them very much for their kind support of this channel. Kim Harden Hudson, hello to you. Hello, Tremor Bear. Audible Video, hello to you. Who else do I see? Gary Hubbs, hello Gary Hubbs, good to see you. Gregory O'Sullivan also. And I see Sith Vazquez, hello to you. Have I missed anyone as I'm scrolling down? I think I've got most people. The Falcro, man, what's going on? Good to see you. And Joe Glenn, hello my friend. I hope you and Barry are doing well. And we're at the bottom of the list. I think we're good. Got everybody? Yes, we got everybody. Good. Mark EFX, hello to you too. All right, let's talk stuff. We'll do price drops and then we'll get it down to business, shall we? Boom. Price drops. So we don't want to do that page yet. Oh, man, what's going on? Go back. Doof. Price drops. Not much has changed since yesterday. Yeah, there's a few that have disappeared. Trial Mix Pro Step to the Beat is still on sale. If you haven't got it, I don't know what you're waiting for. You Record Pro, Skid, Spatializer. There's been a few that have disappeared off here as well because the savings are winding up, yeah, from the Christmas sales. Agonizer's still on sale. I think today's the last day for Eventide apps as well. So if you want to get in and grab those, look, yeah, they're all disappearing. So there's a couple of Clev Grand apps. Wow, have the Eventide apps even finished? No, they're all still here. So you've probably got one more day to get them, and then they disappear. Anyway, let's touch on this first, because today's episode is brought to you by my recommended gear guide, yeah? And there you will see the actual pedal we're talking about today, the X-Drive by IK Multimedia. It's an AmpliTube product. It's on my gear guide. I've updated the gear guide. I spent 2.5 hours updating it yesterday. So as you can see now, all of the products, most of them have a link to US Australia, UK, and Canada. Unfortunately, the X-Drive doesn't have a Canada, but everything else on here does. So everything's updated. Everything on this recommendation guide I own and have tested and use. Yeah. So I thoroughly recommend it. A lot of things I haven't done shows on because I use them every day. Yeah. Like the pod mic, like my web camera, the Sabrent thing I've done here, my Duo, this microphone here that I use every day to speak on, these cans, everything that is on here I use, yeah? Some things are only available in Australia. So remember, with the gear guide, if you did want to purchase anything from here, it does help me. Whatever you buy, they break off an amount and send it to me. Plus, if you click on any of the links and then buy anything else, yeah? So just say you click on one of the links and decide not to buy anything, but you go buy yourself some nose hair clippers and you're still searching from clicking on the link, I still get a cut from that. Just to let you know. There you go. So you can find this pedal on here. It does retail. Let's just open the US one. Hopefully it's still available in the US. That one's not going to work. Oh yes, I have to see buying options. So it's going to show Australian buying options for me, but it is $299 in the US, $299. It is an expensive app. It is a boutique app. Let's not talk shit. It's got a price tag, $299 UK. A lot more in Australia, trust me, because our dollar's worth crap. So it's definitely an investment. It's definitely made for the metalhead in you all, because it's an X-Drive. It's a drive distortion only. So it has a whole swath of distortion sounds in it. All right, let's have a look at it, shall we? Let's do this because I've got new camera angles today to get through this. What a band, Mr. Bungle. There you go, Mr. Bungle. So here it is. I've reboxed it so you can see the whole process of when I got it. This is the box that it comes in. It is very fancy. I have to admit, it's very sexy. So there's all your details on the back. It does have 16 cabs, up to 300 presets. And my glasses aren't even working right now. Holy shit. I can't even see. Man. I think it's 24-bit up to 192. So very powerful. It is a interface as well. So make sure you realize that it's an interface as well. It's got a USB port. So it's not only a pedal, it is an interface also. Hello, Alex Backus. Welcome along. Let's open it up and see how fancy the packaging is, because it is very fancy. So it has this little slide off box, and boy, is this thing tough. So let's throw this. Go away. I can throw it around now because I'm unboxing it finally. So it has a big flap here. And this is it repackaged by me. It didn't look this rotten when I first opened it. So we'll pull it out. That's what she said. There is the pedal. So it comes wrapped in plastic, just like Laura Palmer, right? But not found in a river dead. Let's pull out the placky. Man, there we go. Placky's gone. There it is. Made of metal, right? Absolutely made of metal, like you would expect something that plays metal to be. Metal. All the way around. Metal. Absolutely metal. Nice color. I think it looks really cool. Lovely stuff. You can drop it. Now, on the bottom of it, it didn't have these little feet. They came separate inside the box, and I already attached them, which is a nice little touch because it was sliding around everywhere I put it. So there we go. It's got these really cool feet, which you glue on. Here's the back. Let's talk about this if I can get it to focus. You have an input. You have an output. You have a cab SIM. You have headphones, 2 MIDI in and MIDI out. You have a foot switch, a USB, and a power supply. Power supply comes with it. So lots of options. I have a volume pedal. I haven't actually used it, but I'll show you how to set it up. What else is in the box? Let's open up and have a look in the box. So you get this stuff here. You get, of course, you get a USB. Now, a lot of products aren't coming with USB plugs at the moment. I don't know why. I think it's a new trend because people must think everybody has them. Here's what's cool. Not enough companies do this, man. The power supply, yes, you do get a power supply, is one of these multi-adapter ones. So you get your different countries' plugs, the US, and you can just swap them out by clicking that off. I've got the Australian supply, which I just clipped on. So you do get an option for if you're traveling. Yeah, nice stuff. Good shit. Oh, sorry, there's another one here too. So there's four adapters, yeah? There's 3 here and 1 which I've attached, the Aussie one. So UK, US, and I'm guessing Asia, yeah. Or whatever. Yeah. There you go. So they're in the box. There's my plug. I need to keep that out. You also get in here, in this magic box, you get instructions, and they're pretty good too. They're not cheap. They're not toilet paper. Multi-languages. Bit of a fold-out. Bit of an effort. So you get Asian. You get a whole lot of languages there. So there you go. Get a nice fold-out thing to put on your wall or wipe your bum with, whatever you want to do with it. You get a fancy little card. Look at that. That's a bit fancy. You can tell it's boutique. You get one of these usual things, a card with to register your product. I won't show you the other side of that if you know it's already registered. And this allows you to download the software that you need. Well, you don't need, but you can use. You even get instructions on how to put the plugs together, yeah? If you've never used a switching power supply unit. Good stuff, you know, because they don't want you to set yourself on fire. I don't want to set the world on fire. Cool, so that's what's in the box. Let me now plug this in down here. You get to see my ass. Do you? No, you don't get to see my ass. Good shit. You don't want to see that in the morning. So, there's our power supply. Good shit. Hopefully it's going to reach. Good stuff. Now, let me just set up a camera angle here because we have a new camera angle for today. And I'll just move this into place. So you're going to see a little camera appear in front. Pro. Look at this stuff. It's absolutely pro. See if this works. Boom. There we go. So I should be able to move this back a bit. There we go. So now we've got an overhead view of the pedal. How fancy is that? Fancy Clancy. You would think that I have a studio here or something that I can do fancy things with a camera. So we'll plug it in. And boom, look at that. The X-Drive is activated. What the fuck am I talking about? Right, so we need to plug it in. So today I won't be using it as an interface but what I will show you first off is what software you get on your PC. So let's do that now. And then we'll plug it in. So when you plug in your USB cable here to your computer, the first thing you do with any hardware, yeah, is of course plug it into a computer, download the software, and update the firmware. Yeah, so you make it play to its capabilities. Yes, and then you get to download the software. So let's jump over there and have a look at that. Here is the software that you get. So this is on my PC. So you get this X-Gear official software, and let me see. And once you plug it in, it'll appear here and say online. And when you click it, here's your library. So you have all of your cabs along the top. So as I said, you've got 16 cabs. You've got Modern, Metal, Monarch, Cat, which is a replica of the Rat. See what they did there? Orange, yellow, green, diode, blue, booster, H-boost, crush, octafuzz, purple, face, and big fuzz. And all of your presets will appear along this side here. As I said, you can have up to 300 presets, and if you have AmpliTube, yeah, and plug this into AmpliTube, this actual model, the pedal, will appear in AmpliTube. So you can start dragging stuff across in this little patch bay here, and you can play with your stuff in here nice and easy instead of just using the pedal all the time, which is a really nice touch. Unfortunately, when I open AmpliTube on my iPad, it doesn't bring up the pedal there. So, and the way the presets are, I'll show you. So first, so that's the software. It's very easy to use, super easy. You can just drag stuff across back and forward. Nothing complicated about it, and that's what we like. So let's head back over to Le Pedal, and we'll plug the sucker in. So what do I need? We want to go input. So that's my guitar going in there. And here's my output, which will be going into my IK Multimedia iRig Pro Duo. So that is plugged in. Sit straight, bitch. That's it. Sit straight. Be metal. Righty. Cool. So I'm going to open up AUM because I have it set up here. There we go. So we've got AUM there, and I've basically got it just set up to accept my guitar, to take my guitar in the right hole. And let's grab a guitar. I'm going to kick off with the 6-string today, and we'll talk about. Let's talk about my thoughts as I get a tone here. Make sure we can actually hear it. Wow. Okay, we've got sound. All right, I'm going to give a quick opinion before we go in. Now, as most of you know, I am not a lead guitarist. I am a rhythm guitarist. I'm a chugger. I'm not really good at solos or anything like that. So if you're watching this expecting me to be Yngwie Malmsteen and wank on with some solos, this probably isn't the right show for you, because I am a chugger and this is about the metal. If you were using it as an interface, couldn't you just take the output straight into the computer? Yeah, I could do that. I can go from USB into my iPad. I can do that. And I can do it straight into the computer as well. Yes, you can do that. So you can do that. So to plug in the pedal into the software in the computer, you have to go via USB. But yes, so it will register it as an interface. Even on the iPad, it works. But I'm choosing not to do that because. Cool. So now that you know I'm not a lead guitarist or anything like that, you're not going to get any wanky solos or anything. That's just not how I play. I'm not good enough to do that. I'm a chugger. I want to just talk about quickly. So I use a lot of software for my metal, yeah? And Rhino, you can see it sitting in the chain right now, Rhino, which I'm not going to be using today, but it's there because I was using it as a tuner before the show. So as I use a lot of software and I play a lot of death metal and grindcore, do I think this pedal is worthy for ultra grind, really dark, brutal stuff? I don't. Do I think it is good for like really heavy bash and, stuff like that? Abso-fucking-lutely. For rock, blues, even some funk, like that, definitely. Do I think it's good for ultra death metal? I probably would use something like Rhino instead for that. But if I was doing, something just metal, or thrash or something like that, perfect. That is just my opinion. You can take it for what it is, but that has been from me playing with it for a really long time. I've had it, for 2 weeks and playing with it a fair lot. Let's have a look at the Sims and go through. So this knob here, we shall go to a bigger screen. So we'll talk about the knobs. The first knob here is your models, yeah? And let's just turn all the way back to the start. There is no start there. So you have a modern tone. So there's 16 of these. Let me just bring up this other page. So the modern pedal is described as, this overdrive adds pleasing harmonics For tube-like sound, it recreates creamy saturation with a solid, warm, low end. Okay, so that is that. Now, so this is where you control your cabs, and this is where you control your presets over here on the right-hand side. So you can see as I flick through, and if I turn this all the way back to the start, see I've turned it all the way back, we are at Jupiter, the first sound on here. And as you go through, you'll see it moving across as I turn through the presets. And then once I get to the end, it will go back to Jupiter. So what they've done is they've just added along each bank, so the same sounds over and over again. So you can just go in and overwrite. How I've been using it is I keep the first set of presets and then everything else I'm writing over, yeah? Or you can just go into your into this and go and delete everything and just leave the first original patches. If you lose them, you can do a reset and get them all back, so that's not a problem either. So we shall go here, and this is a modern but as I've selected modern, here's where you can go in and change your presets. Let me give this a little bit more volume, and maybe we'll even go to this camera. There you go, so I can actually... Cool. Let's run across the rest of the buttons because we've got sound. So this one over here is a parameter. So this is where pretty much everything sits. You've got your color, and it depends on the cab that you have. So this has a whole bunch of stuff missing. So color, mid Q, mid frequency, EQ position. You've got a noise gate in here. So your noise gate threshold, noise gate release, noise gate depth. You've got a compressor sensitivity, a compressor out. You've got 4 cab sims as well that you can choose between, and you have a mix. So if I press this, you can go between just a clean mix and cool stuff. We'll leave it at 100 because we're for metal. Yeah. Cool, so those are the options, but as you see when I go through the cabs, now each section here, so you'll see we're on Jupiter with our, sorry, I'm jumping ahead of myself. We've got a distortion. So you've got your drive there, so you can drive that up as much as you want. You've got your bass, mid, and your treble, and volume on the end. Pretty standard stuff, not too complicated. With your clickers, your little switches down here, to switch between banks, to go up a bank, you want to click 2 at the same time, and you'll see the banks are moving, and 2 down to go down a bank, yeah? So we'll just bring that back. And once, here's the way the presets work. So you see this light here that's set to 1. When you turn the preset knob, there's a selection of 3. So you'll see, let's do this, Jupiter. So if I click B, it'll go to just fuzz and then heavy. So it's between 3 that are locked into these pedals. And you'll see as I move it here at the same time, you've got Jupiter, just fuzz, and heavy. And you'll see the lights move along with them, and they go 1, 2, 3, and then back to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So pretty basic stuff, yeah? So we'll run through. fuzz is an interesting one. I'm going to talk about this right now. I honestly believe that what would have made this better would be to lose some of the sounds and probably have some kind of heavier tones. I find some of the fuzz stuff a bit annoying, but then I'm not really, it's going to depend on you, yeah, because I'm not really a fuzz pedal person. I don't really dig it. It always to me sounds like it's like a bit crusher. And, you know, but that's, you know, everyone has their personal preference. Let me bring in some reverb on here as well. We'll do that with yesterday's app that we looked at. What have we got? So what I'll also do is we'll bring in, just for Christmas, bring in a bit of Timeless. So... Now that's better. Now the next button down, the next preset's a heavy tone. So remember, we're still on the Monarch tone. Now that's better. Sweet, but we got some reverb and stuff on there, so we'll take that out. The one thing I will say about it, yeah, when you play open chords on these, with these tones, they sound beautiful. So, you can take out the distortion on this. Let's run through check out the tones here. So, and with your tones, you've got like I think it's a 6 dB minus and plus. With the tones, your bass, mid, and treble. Back and rein that mid in a bit. And as you can hear, what's really nice, I don't even have the noise gate on. All the high gain stuff in this has absolutely zero noise. Like you'll see a little bit on. There's a little bit of noise, but man. So this is just clean through. I've found that I haven't needed to use the noise gate at all. It's just like, listen, there's barely any hum. If you're recording music with this, nice. Let me go over here. There we go. So you can see I'm actually playing. Got a bit of feedback there. Pretty dang good though, yeah? So that is that tone. Let's reel this in a little bit before we jump across. So we'll leave that there. Let's go through to the next set of tones. So you've got a crunch here. Perfect for like a Tool kind of sound. What else? This is the stuff I haven't really wanted to use. So the octa stuff. Again, it's kind of a bit crushery, but I know how people will get into it. Like, it sounds pretty cool. Again, if we go into the parameters of this now, so you'll see this particular one only has like a mid, so it's got a bunch of stuff missing off it. If we move to the next one, so this is an 80s rock. And now if we head into the parameters here, you'll see it's a little bit different. We've got these new options. We've got punch, color frequency, and presence. So you've got a whole bunch of new stuff in here, and we can you just press down on the button to be able to adjust this. So this is your punch. We'll have a look at the color. And also you've got this color frequency, so you can fully get in here and fuck with the frequencies. You can go to your heart's content. We won't play any more of that. Also, you have the presence, so you can really dig out that gain, man. You can. Yeah, perfect for something like. Nice high gain. So we'll go into that presence again and just pull it back a bit. And we're only into what? The like seventh tone, seventh preset here. We haven't even gone through all the cabs, yeah? Hello, Auntie G. Welcome aboard. All right, what else do I want to cover? So we'll just go through a few. So that was 80s rock there. We've got this 90s. Guess what this is? And you can hear, this is where you're probably going to want to try using this noise gate. Let's have a look at the noise gate. So we'll turn it on. So now it's on. We can go into the depth. We can, where are we? Threshold. There we go. So it works pretty good, yeah, the noise gate. There it is. Nice sound. And the noise gate works beautiful. Perfect. I'm actually going to save that now. So how do you save an alteration if you make it? Glad you asked. All you need to do is actually click on the preset switch here. So this is where you turn it, but if you hold down on it, it's saved now. All good. There's a couple of St. Anger presets in here. They're the ones I don't use, Gary. St. Anger in my head. Yeah. All right. So we've got a broken tone here. These are the ones which I'm not really... They're things I'm not going to use because it's a bit crusher. And for me personally, I don't have room for a bit crusher in a guitar sound. I associate bit crushers with electronic music. Yeah, no, sorry. So that's the broken tone. We'll skip that. Then we got this Mars. Cool. We've got a light. Look, it's a really good pedal. I'm not going to shit you around it. So we're only a little way through. We've got a solo here. Let's throw in maybe some delay for this. Nice, good stuff. We have now to the metal. No, I did it yesterday, Ed B Metal. I didn't get a strike. Ha ha! Damn you, YouTube. Raffaello Weston, get the fuck out of here, you weird bot with your weird vast tech. So here's our metal sounds. We've got 3 metal sounds. And are they lovely? Shit, yeah. Sweet. Let's switch between them. Hello, Capsulam. So definitely between these two. Much meatier sound. And even the third one is even meatier. Wow, love that. No need for a bit of suppression, a bit of noise suppression there. So we haven't even got through all these presets, and we'll go through the cabs. A UK soft sound here with a bit of reverb on here. What else do we have in this reverb? We'll pump this up a little bit. Give it a bit more mix. We have a UK rock. And a UK hot. And again, all of these, so have this particular one has a color mix. Again, this one only has a color, so they do change every preset. These are the sounds for the rat. Do that. So you've got plenty of different styles. You've got an angrier rat pedal. And a crazy cat. So I'm just going to stop here. We'll leave it at the orange and we'll jump over to our cabs here because you can see they're moving along. So here's our cabs and we'll run through what they are for you. And I'll just put down the guitar for a second. Just so I can read at the same time, have two hands. And then we'll play a little bit more and then we'll go out with some drums and have a bit of a thrash. Where are we? We want to go here. Cool. So we have, as I said, this modern. So the first one I already read out what that was, an overdrive. It adds pleasing harmonics and a tube-like sound. It recreates creamy saturation with a solid, warm, low end. Hello, Ed Zielinski. And X, hello to you. The next in the line is metal, of course. Metal. So that is the next cab. The second, I'll explain what the metal one is. Metal is based on the Boss MT2, inspired by the most favorite metal pedals of all time, perfect for extreme gain and sustain. Nothing compared to for pure distortion mayhem. So that is what the metal pedal is based on, the metal cab. And then you have the Monarch. Are we on the Monarch? This is the Monarch. It is based on Marshall Governor, I think it is. So this pedal is a model of the beloved 80s era distortion pedal by a company known for making amps with amazing distortion. The next one we have here is the Cat. And I've already said, what do you reckon that's based on? It is based on the cat in the hat with the rat. Based on the rat pedal, the most beloved distortion boxes ever. Apparently I've never used one because I like ultra grindcore. And the orange where we were at just before with the presets is based on the Boss DS1, a classic pedal. We'll bring in the guitar in a second so you can hear this. So I can't read and play at the same time. The yellow, if we move to yellow, is based on the Boss SD1. One of the earliest, most collectible Japanese pedals. The green is based on the Ibanez Tube Screamer. So there's a whole heap of stuff in here, They've done a fantastic job. The diode is next. The diode is based on the MXR Distortion Plus. This model is perfect to pump up your amplifier from light overdrives to dense distortions. And our next one is blue. You can probably guess what all these are. A versatile model which is the best for creamy jazz tones and crunchy blues lines. So there's not only just pure metal on here, yeah? There's a bit of something for everybody. As I said, it is a very boutique app. This is the booster. The booster is increase the level of the instrument going into the amplifier in order to add harmonics and increase overall saturation for solo parts whenever your instrument needs to come up a little bit over the others. Yes, indeed. And we have a H boost. It's a treble booster that increases the presence of the instrument in order to pump up the overall saturation and add some sparkling highs for solo parts whenever the instrument needs to come up with others. The next one is the Crush pedal. Did I skip it? I think I missed it. The Crush. This model offers a sound of the input signal by changing the sample rate. So again, another bit crusher, not something I'm ever going to use. I guess it's personal taste. I've never seen a metal band use a bit crusher as a distortion pedal. Could you imagine Metallica on stage with a bit crusher as a distortion? Oh yeah, Saint Anger. Yeah, I forgot. They've already done that. What am I talking about? That guitar sound was like a bit crusher. Awful. That is the Crush. Then we have the Octo Fuzz. The Octo Fuzz is based on the MXR Blue Box Octo Fuzz. So it's a fuzz octave stomp box, and we're right near the end, I think. And the last one is the Purple, based on the Roger Mayer Octavia. So we've got a fair few octave kind of things on here. Yeah, I'm a little bit anti-bit crusher. You could say that. And that is it. Sorry, we've got one more. We've got the Fuzz Face. This is for a metalhead hippie. Based on the, what is it? The Arbiter Fuzz Face. And I don't think there's any more. I think there is. There's another one. See, look. The Big Fuzz. Based on the Electro Harmonics Big Muff. The iconic distortion pedal that stood the test of time. So the Big Muff is in there as well. And then you get back to modern. So those are your... And you can see the light goes across from side to side. You've got your little indicators of what it's on here. Good stuff. Everything's really clear on this. We'll go back to our metal. Or where were we? We're up to orange. And what I also want to show you is in the parameter settings. So in our parameter, if you hold down, you are taken to another hidden menu in here. So these are where your preset things are, your preset setup and your global setup. So when you click on here, you've got external controls, external learn. So this is where you plug in your volume pedal into the back, and then you actually go in and you can turn it on, and then you would go in to learn. So then you would push your pedal back and forward like this. Like, where's my camera there? Like this, to actually get it to learn the volume pedal. So this is where you do that in the settings. So we can get out of here. So you just click down to go back, hold down to get in. And where are we? I didn't want to do that. Let's do this. Hold down. I can't even get to where I want to go now. That is where your settings are. How did I get lost there? What a dick. So let's get out of the learn. All right, because I don't have a pedal in, so I don't need to do that now. Cool. So that is where your global settings are, all that kind of stuff, yeah? So pretty basic stuff. It's really easy to get in here and do this. Oh, here we are with our learn. This is where we control our learn. We want to go back. So here's your preset setup. So this is the back button, and this is to get in. Here's our presets, and then we've got our global settings. So when I click on that, you've got your name modifications, external controls. Can control your dual switch if you've got one of those and calibrate it. MIDI channels, you can set your MIDI channels because you have MIDI in the back, MIDI through. You've got a main volume here, so you can even crank it up louder if you need it louder. You also have control the interface volume when you're using it as an interface. And auxiliary volume, USB out, so you can control all of that. Everything. You've even got a ground lift in here. How cool is that? Holy shit. You've even got a ground lift. Very cool. Very cool. You can set your MIDI clock because it is a interface after all. So you can set the MIDI clock to what you're recording with. Very nice. Bypass mode. Operation mode. So you got more stuff in there. And a factory reset if you need that. And it tells you your version number. So there's all that stuff in there. Really easy to get to. You know, you're not going to get too lost with it, which is a good thing because nobody likes dumpster diving through menus. Yeah, because you always come out smelling like shit when you're dumpster diving through menus. Yes, indeed. Let's go through these last cabs and stuff. And so we're on this. Now that's some scratchy shit right there. What do we want? We're on the orange tones. Nice. The next cab on the list is the yellow. So you've got this basic, very basic distortion there, really light. You can come in there. Nice stuff. We've got our green tone here. We'll flick over to our greens. I'm just going to bring in a little bit of timeless. We've got our diode. Nasty. We've got this blue tone. And our boosters are our clean sounds. With our high gain boost for solos, which would work lovely. Let's see if it does. With something like Rhino. So if I turn this off, so I've got Rhino running through here on this channel, using alongside the high boost just to boost it up. So, you know, to think outside the box too, using this with software on your iPad as well to get that extra bit of grunt. Now that's heavy. Sweet. So, let's go through these boosters. So this is we're on high boost, aren't we? Yeah, we're on high boost. Again, you notice there's no like warm or color with this particular one either, so you've only got mids. I'll explain how these work as well. So when you go into your presets with your mids, mid cues, you actually control the depth of your mid and treble. So this is what these are for. So you can get into the mid frequencies and change the frequencies up, which control these bass, mid, and treble. So you've got a whole lot more. The EQ post or pre. So you can choose post or pre for your EQ as well. Really cool stuff. My favorite sound now, the Bit Crusher. Yep. As Gary Hubbs has written, crushing bits used to be my day job. Yeah, absolutely. Here are the octo sounds. We'll run through these and then wrap it up. Probably my favorite one out of a lot of them. Then we've got our purple sounds here. We'll go back to 1. So again, there's a fuzz face. Again, you know my opinion. And a big fuzz. Big fuzz is pretty good. Not too bad at all. There we go. And that is all your tones there. So I'm going to skip here to metal and go out and play some, just thrash out. That is the X-Drive by IK Multimedia, AmpliTube, killer, heavy metal, made of metal, in your face, thrash, destructor. What am I talking about? It's cool, man. It's really cool, really good for thrashing out. There's some really good sounds in the metal section that I do like. I'm gonna bring in a tone I made. Where is it? Let's find it. Where is this tone I made? This is one I saved, which I really like. Oh yeah, and to name stuff as well, you just click down on the preset and you get a flashing letter, and you can flick through them really easily, and you can change the letters with this one. Not too hard. Click down again and you can decide where you want to place it. Yeah, so you can place it wherever you like, and then hit down again and it's saved. Really simple stuff. Now that's heavy, man. That's really cool. Sweet! It's an awfully cool sounding fucking pedal, man. And as you can hear, still no feedback or hardly any noise there. And I'm not even using the compressor. We'll just go out. The compressor, let's put on the noise gate just one more time, see if we can even kill that. Where are we? Boom! Look how easy it was to kill that noise. Sweet! Love it. Really cool pedal. It's got a price tag, as I said. It is $299 US, $299 UK pounds, $1 million in Australia. An absolute fortune in Australia. But it's a killer pedal. Made of metal, makes metal, made of metal. Really sick. IK Multimedia have outdone themselves. Plus the ability to use it as an interface is absolutely sick. I like it. You know what? And I did say at the beginning, it took me a little while to dig it. Because when I first plugged it in, I wasn't getting the sounds I wanted. I really wanted something really brutal. And like anything, if you put the effort in and understand how something works and work to get your sound, you'll get your sound. Yeah, so beautiful, beautiful stuff. Yeah. What do you guys think? Leave a comment below in the description. As I said at the beginning of the show, please, if you are considering buying from the things that I show here on the channel, or, you know, things that I use here on my daily show, I do have a gear guide, which is gear.howtoapponIOS.com, which has all of the stuff I use here. And if you purchase anything from the links on my recommended gear guide through Amazon, they do break off a very, very tiny amount. It's very tiny. And they send it to me. Thank you very much, Thomas Grice, for putting the link in there. It does help the channel. And I do understand there's a lot of high-end stuff on here, like, you know, Arturia Keystep, the Spark amp, the Stream Deck I use, interfaces, microphones, but even down to stuff like the web cameras I use, the hard drives, all this stuff like the multi-port stuff I use, all my hubs, all that kind of shit. Ha, I said hubs. There you go. So it does help me out. Alrighty, guys. That's it for today. Tomorrow we're doing something a little bit different. So after all that metal, we are doing something a little bit different. Tomorrow we're looking at an app called IK Mobile. It's been something that's been on my device. God, look how much I'm sweating, man, from playing guitar. This has been on my device since 2012. It is a really amazing web browser. And I know you're saying, why would I want a web browser? Well, sometimes there's things on the internet that Safari Mobile won't show you. And this will give you a desktop browsing experience. It mimics Firefox, Chrome. It can mimic virtually any kind of desktop browser. It has a whole file system in it. It's really, really cool. And I have a whole bunch of copies to give away on the Patreon this week because the developer was very kind and gave me a crap load of app codes. But yeah, stick around to see this, because now on iOS you can choose a default browser instead of having to use the Safari. So this is even better now, because you can choose this as your daily browser. It saves passwords, it does everything. It's really, really cool. So we're taking a bit of break from music to look at something utility wise tomorrow. And then the day after that, folks, we're doing another gear look at this incredible thing. This incredible Micro Freak by Arturia. I can't wait to show you this. It is insane. It has a vocoder built into it. It's sick. And then to wrap up the week, there he is, Marshall, who's here in the chat. I'm interviewing him, Marshall Turner. Set up by Marshall, so it's going to be awesome, yeah? So hang around for the rest of the week, and I shall see you for all of that. And as usual, do the things that make you happy, folks. Mistakes make you better, and we all rise together. Love you all. You guys rock. Bye. Thanks for being here. Hit the subscribe. Hit the like on the way out. Do all the fancy things. Bye.